with me. And side effects may include headaches, upset stomach, and total annihilation.
Hey guys, Victoria here, and welcome to the Geeky Sandbox. Before I go ahead and get started, guys, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can get more trailer reactions and movie discussions like this one. Today we're going to be watching the Bumblebee trailer together, and I mean, we all know how we feel about Transformers, but I've always been a fan of Bumblebee, especially in the Transformers animated series. Just loved Bumblebee. I had a little Bumblebee blanket. I was a Bumblebee stan, and even throughout the increasingly impossible Transformers movies, I still stood by Bumblebee. So I don't know. I really hope they don't ruin Bumblebee by giving him a standalone. I'm kind of interested still just to see what they're going to do with Bumblebee, but it does fall under that big Michael Bay Transformers thing, so we'll see how I feel about it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
Let me tell you something. A driver don't pick the car. Car pick the driver. It's a mystical bond between man and machine. It's a mystical bond between man and machine.
Yay!
Who are you? Do you speak? I won't hurt you.
Oh.
What's your name? You got people out there who need you. This is why you're here, Bee.
You know, beat music can help you say what you're feeling. Try this.
Okay guys, let's talk about it. Alright, so first I want to talk about being shook by the date. I knew the Bumblebee movie was mentioned a while back, and I remember over time hearing that they were filming it, but I had no idea that it was coming out as a 2018 film, and it's coming out in December to be exact. And we did see a few familiar faces besides Bumblebee himself. We saw Haley Steinfeld, which she's starting to pop up in a lot of movies these days, so I kind of wonder if these are gonna put her, or these types of movies and seeing her kind of open herself up to different roles is going to put her in a position to be up for some future things. Kind of happy to see that she's out there doing stuff, because as we know, for a while she kind of took a teeny break from the film scene and started really working on her music. I'm not a huge fan of her music, but I'm going to see Charlie Puth in August, and she's opening for him, so be kind of interesting to see her perform as well. But aside from that, of course, we saw John Cena in the trailer, and I kind of cringed just a little bit. Even when I was a huge wrestling fan, I was never that into John Cena. Hopefully, I guess for lack of better words, I'm always used to him being in his very like strong male military roles, and I know he just did Blockers not that long ago, so he got to do a few comedy like roles, and with this one It kind of falls back into what we normally see him in, so hopefully he'll be able to show a different side of his acting chops in this. Now, the vibe and the tone in this trailer doesn't really give you Michael Bay feels, does it? Yeah, no, me either. But Michael Bay still is a producer of this movie, so you can expect 1 or 2 explosions, of course. But this was directed by Travis Knight, who did direct Kubo and the Two Strings, which is a really good movie, so you guys should go see that. It was beautifully animated, and the voice acting was really, really great, so that's something that he can very much so be proud of. And you can kind of see some of that influence from that film within the Bumblebee trailer. Now, whether that'll translate well whenever we see the entire movie, that's a different thing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a good origin story, and plus Bumblebee, like I said at the top of the video, aside from me liking him, he's just an all-around fan favorite. People of all ages really love him, and on top of that, he's a very, aside from Optimus Prime, he's one of those Transformers who's very marketable to children. You can make toys out of him. You can make, I don't know, even Snapchat filters after him, and even little like short DLCs and games and stuff like that. So I feel like them releasing a Bumblebee origin story, it's fun, but you can definitely tell they're gonna make all of their money back with some of the other things they're gonna be putting out. Like I mentioned, toys, video games, Snapchat filters, things like that. Really, you don't get too much out of the trailer aside from Bumblebee doing some really cool stuff, which Bumblebee always does. I really did think the Rick Ashley kind of cassette tape thing with him spitting it back out of her, I thought that was hilarious, because everyone knows that you never want to be Rickrolled, and she Rickrolled Bumblebee, and that was not okay. That just about does it for this video, guys. If you liked it, go ahead and leave me a like rating down below, and leave me a comment. Do you feel like this should be the last Transformers movie? Would you like to see some sort of origin story of Optimus Prime, or are you just set with, like I said, this being the last one? You just want a Bumblebee origin story. You don't want them to create their own franchise out of this one movie, because you know it's a possibility. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.